somewhere in that forest, there is a buried box. Inside, zip ties, duct tape, a gun with the serial number removed, ammunition, gloves, a disposable phone. He put it there years ago. He didn't know yet who he would use it on. He just knew he would. Before this video ends, you will understand how a man kills across 11 states over 16 years and is never once identified as a suspect. Not once. Israel Keyes was born on January 7th, 1978, in Richmond, Utah. His parents were devout. The family eventually joined a Christian identity group, a movement that mixed religious fundamentalism with white supremacist ideology. He was homeschooled, isolated from other children, raised in a closed world with rigid rules and a God who demanded absolute discipline. At 18, he left home. He joined a militia group in Oregon before enlisting in the U.S. Army in 1998. 3 years in the military. He learned land navigation, tactical movement, how to move through terrain without being detected, how to plan an operation and execute it without leaving a trace. He left the Army in 2001 and moved to Alaska. He started a construction business. He was reliable, punctual, professional. Neighbors described him as quiet, a good father to his daughter. Nobody worried about Israel Keyes. Most serial killers are eventually noticed. Someone sees something wrong, feels something off. With Keyes, nobody did. For 16 years. Here is what made Israel Keyes different from every other serial killer law enforcement had ever encountered. He had rules. Rule 1, never kill close to home. Rule 2, never use the same method twice. Rule 3, never select a victim in advance. Rule 4, leave no connection between yourself and the crime. He would book a flight, paying with cash or a prepaid card. Fly to a city he had no connection to. Rent a car with cash. Drive, sometimes hundreds of miles. Select a target at random. Execute. Return the car. Fly home. And years before any of this, he would bury a kit. Across multiple states, in locations he had scouted years in advance, Israel Keyes buried murder kits. Sealed containers. Weapons. Restraints. Tools. No connection to any hardware store he had ever visited. No DNA. No fingerprints. He would fly in, drive to the buried kit, retrieve it, commit the murder, dispose of the evidence, and leave. By the time investigators found anything, he was already back in Alaska. The FBI would later say he was unlike any offender they had ever profiled. Not because of what he did, because of how completely invisible he made himself. On the night of June 1st, 2011, Bill and Lorraine Currier went to bed in their home in Essex, Vermont. They were a married couple. Bill was 49. Lorraine was 55. They had no connection to Israel Keyes. They had never met him. He had never been to Vermont. He had, however, buried a kit there. Years before, he broke into their home in the middle of the night. He used the buried weapons. He killed them both. He disposed of the bodies. The location was never found. On February 1st, 2012, 18-year-old Samantha Koenig was working alone at a coffee kiosk in Anchorage, Alaska. Keyes approached. He abducted her. He left Alaska on a pre-planned cruise vacation. When he returned, he killed her. Then he did something that would end everything. He used her debit card. ATM withdrawals traced across multiple states. The card flagged. Investigators followed the trail. On March 13, 2012, a routine traffic stop in Lufkin, Texas. Israel Keyes was in the car. In custody, Keyes began to talk. He described the Currier murders in precise detail. The entry point, the weapons, the sequence. Information only the killer could know. Then he mentioned others. Not the names. Not the states. Not the years. Just others. FBI investigators spent months in interview rooms with Israel Keyes. He gave them fragments. Enough to confirm kills they had not connected. Not enough to identify all the victims. He told them he had been killing since at least 1996. He was 18 years old in 1996. He told them the total number would surprise them. He told them he would keep talking, but on his terms. He wanted control of the information. He wanted to decide what got revealed and when. On December 2nd, 2012, Israel Keyes used a razor blade in his cell. He left a handwritten poem, and nothing else. The FBI has never closed the investigation. There are still open cases across multiple states that may be connected to his name. There are families who do not know. He planned everything. The kits, the flights, the randomness, even the confession. He controlled how much they learned. And then he controlled the ending. The question isn't how he killed without being caught. The question is, how many are we still missing? The FBI estimates he killed at least 11 people. Some investigators believe the number is closer to 40. We will never know for certain. He made sure of that. If you think the FBI missed something, comment below. If you think there's no way to stop someone this methodical, also comment. I want to see where you land on this one. Next week, a case where the evidence pointed to the wrong person for 20 years. And the right person was hiding in plain sight. Subscribe. Notification on. Wednesday. Mens rea files.